copyright notices. If you wish to read, pause the video. The original videos are linked in the description down below. Enjoy. Alright then, so in this one what you're going to see is 3 Essex police officers stop a man because apparently they've had reports of somebody running around with a machete, which matches his description. Very brief description, but matches his description. I have my inklings that that's not true, and they just wanted to stop and search this person. But we'll get straight into it.
Got three of them. What? No, I'm alright. Why come you? Why?
Are you going to stop?
No.
You're being detained for the purpose of the search, mate. So if you walk off,
Oh yeah.
it's legal. So you're actually detained for the purpose of the search.
Okay.
The search is
More
under
legal
Section
acts
1
than
of the Criminal Evidence Act, okay? The reason why we've stopped you is you've walked around to avoid us. We've got a description of someone wearing a jumper with a balaclava on who's potentially picked up a machete. So that's why we've stopped you, okay?
Okay then, so why didn't you start with that? And your stops there was stopping you under Section 1 of PACE for the purpose of a search. Why didn't you start with that? And it doesn't look like you're in that much of a hurry to grab him and stop him for the reasons you're saying. Somebody with a machete. Plus, your response is not very aggressive, is it, considering it's somebody with a machete? I'll pop up a video so you know what I mean. This is how they normally react to somebody with a weapon. So that's the type of response I would expect if they believe somebody with a machete. I can show you hundreds of videos of police coming extremely armed to the teeth, and a lot of them to somebody which they believed is armed, not just strolling up, pretending like is dangerous. You know what I mean? That last video, a lot of you said, oh, she might have had reports that she was armed. Okay then, so how can you compare that response to this response?
Yep.
My name's Peter Duncan, attached to the police station. We'll be looking for any kind of machete or knife or anything like that, okay, mate?
Alright. Again, hey.
What's your name, mate?
I'm not going to give that.
Okay, no worries.
Do you have gloves?
No, I don't, but I can do
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll hold the cuffs while you do it.
None of you have actually identified yourselves.
PC Duncan, I said, attached to the police station.
Yeah, Andrew.
I'm PC McMullen, so 82692.
Yeah, Andrew.
PCO 1977, attached to police
Okay.
Okay, so this person, Mr. Camera Shy here, made a big mistake by getting them to identify properly. If he said nothing and left them to her identification where she still hasn't given her FLEP number, a shoulder number, whatever number you want to call it, she still hasn't given it, and it's not easily on display to see it because I cannot see it so far. Secondly, I don't think any of them have announced the recording, which would make this an unlawful search, which I believe it is anyways, because I've said they've had reports of somebody with a machete, but the response is not there for somebody with a machete. It would be interesting to see if there was any calls of somebody running around with a machete.
My colleague explained the reason for the search, mate. Alright, you're obviously entitled to a copy of the search record.
I know I am.
Good. You can get it from any police station for 3 months from now.
Well, unless I get punched by the sergeant again to try and get it.
Well, there's no reason for that to happen today, is there?
Oh, well, you never know. Don't trust you, lot.
I'm going to pass you some bits, alright, mate?
So, what are the grounds
Anything
for the search
sharp?
again?
So the grounds for the search were, we've had someone running around with machetes here today. You've walked around the back of that station, which appears to us
Well,
that you've
yeah.
avoided us. The description of someone who had the machete was blue bottoms, a hoodie and a balaclava on, and you match that description, all right, mate?
These are jeans, not bottoms.
Well, bottoms could be anything, couldn't they? There's something that's on the bottom half of your body, mate, all right?
Okay then, so if the report was made and there was somebody running around with a machete earlier on today, I'm pretty sure he's gone. Secondly, I don't think calling him mate is pretty professional of you, love. You know what I mean? If you said that, she'd probably get offended, but it's okay for her to call you mate. I don't think officers should do that. They should call you sir or madam or miss. It's as simple as that. Especially considering he doesn't want to identify. Bear in mind, he said he doesn't want to identify. They said he on about the search record, but it's very important what you're going to see later on in the video.
So that's why we've searched you. Where we believe
well, if it's a machete, why are you going all through my little pockets? Because there wouldn't be a machete in my little pockets, would there?
Is round the corner where we think you've walked round to. So we just
but there would not be a machete in my little pockets, so why are you going through them? No, not going to answer that.
I said we were looking for anything sharp, anything under pace, under section 1 of pace. We can look for any kind of sharp objects and weapons like that, all right, mate? And that's what we're looking for.
Okay then, so what she's using is the Police and Criminal Evidence Act of 1984, Section 1. So powers of a constable to stop and search persons, vehicles, etc. A constable may exercise any powers conferred by this section on about vehicles, blah 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 blah. Subsections above, any persons or vehicles, anything which is in or on a vehicle. And they're looking for stolen or prohibited articles. Any articles which is in subsection blah blah, any subsection blah blah blah. There is a caveat to this section, and that is here. If a person is in a garden or yard occurred with any use of a purpose to a dwelling or a land, blah blah blah, a constable may not search him or exercise must not search him or exercise of their powers in this. So if you're in your own garden or your own house, you cannot use this section to search you, because it must be in a place where the inner public has access to on payment or otherwise. So if you're in your garden and stuff like that, they cannot do it. But this is section 1 of PACE, and I like to call it PACE because it's Police and Criminal Evidence Act.
Trying to find some ID, are you? Ain't gonna work, mate.
There's a picture of you there.
That ain't a picture of me.
Oh, right.
Is that a picture of?
That's none of your business.
I'm not trying to find anything, mate. I'm just in a search. Simple as that.
You're not going to find anything sharp in my wallet, are you?
Might do. They have razor blades in their wallets, don't they?
Yeah. What's wrong with carrying a razor blade? You can carry a razor blade if you like.
Just need to check.
So what if I was carrying one?
That's what we're searching for.
Okay then, so I've got to butt in a second here. I said it's not illegal to carry a razor blade. Unfortunately, it is illegal to carry a razor blade. Look, it is. This is ask the police. This is their question 300 and something. Is it illegal to carry a knife around in your pocket, etc.? Razor blade, blah blah blah. It is an offence to carry any sharp or bladed instrument in a public place, with the exception of a folding pocket knife, where the cutting edge of the blade is 7.6 centimeters, 3 inches or less. A locking knife is not a folding pocket knife. So remember that. A locking knife is not a folding pocket knife. You can carry a folding pocket knife of 3 inches. As long as the blade is not longer than 3 inches, you can carry it legally and lawfully.
You give us your details so we can do a copy of the search.
No, that's alright, I will have the copy though.
Okay.
You don't need my name for that.
You can get it from the police station. Then,
I can also get it straight here right now, thank you very much.
You can't, we don't do that anymore.
Yes you do.
No, we don't, we digital.
Yes you do. You don't always do it digital, you can also do paper.
We literally
We don't,
can't.
we literally
I'm going to
don't
sit
do
under your
paper.
belt, mate, so I can get around your waistband, alright, mate?
No, there's nothing in my waistband.
Yeah,
Alright.
we have to check, don't we?
Okay then, so these officers are wrong. They do paper records, but that's only if they're carrying a paper record book with them. If not, you have 3 months to collect it. The big problem here is these officers are not going to give him a number to go and collect it because they want him to identify. This is the biggest problem with this digital records, because it's not kept. All the stop and searches are not kept on record anymore, or they bully people's ID out of them so they can get a copy of it at a police station. This is the biggest problem with them. Because a lot of people will just hand it over, and if they don't, the police don't create a proper record of it unless if you force them into doing a proper record of it and then getting that reference number to go and collect it. A lot of people are not going to do that, so half of the stop and searches are not recorded properly because of this incident. So I do think this digital form of stop and searches is okay if somebody's willing to give over their identification, and if they're not willing to give over their identification, I think they should always carry a paper book so they can fill it in that way, so every single stop and search is accounted for.
If I breathe in, you can feel all the way around.
Oh, okay, let's do that then.
How come you want to avoid us then?
I didn't walk around to avoid you, I'm just walking.
That's how it came across.
Am I allowed to walk?
Oh no, I was just asking.
That ain't reasonable grounds to search, I'll tell you that.
Happy
Oh
about
no,
that?
I've given you the reasonable
Yep.
grounds to search, right?
Well, I ain't happy about it, no, but
Okay.
I ain't got a choice, have I? well.
For me to take your hood and balaclava down.
See, and that's the problem, isn't it? Because a lot of officers could just lie about the reasonable grounds, saying exactly like these might have. I'm not saying they have done it, I'm saying might have. Said somebody's been reported with a knife, a machete, drugs, drug dealing, and then that gives them the reasonable grounds because to them it looked like you would try to avoid them. It doesn't. Fair enough, the description of the person supposedly carrying the machete matches this person. Very convenient, I say. But yeah, it's very convenient that it does. But if a lot more people chased it up to see if there was an incident where somebody was running about with a machete, incidents like this wouldn't happen, would it? Because they'll be held accountable for their actions, for lying, if they are lying. I'm not saying they are lying because I don't know if he chased them up to see if there was somebody actually running about with a machete.
Can do. Do you want to do it in a private place? You happy for me to do it here?
Do it here, but I'm going to cover your face. You can feel all around it, there's nothing
All
from
right,
it.
well, as you know, because you know the law, I can take them both down, can't I?
Yeah, you can take them both down.
Cool. Must be cold.
Yep, it is.
Just put it up for a sec. Go and do this, mate. All right.
Yeah.
Last little bit. Cool. Put your arm out for us.
This one's got me batting because I didn't want to throw it on the floor because you'd have arrested me for
That's not making
littering.
silly comments, mate. Simple as that. You're about to go. So just shut up now. Boring.
So this officer's comment just there is saying that is making silly comments. No, you've just made a silly comment yourself, haven't you? Shut up, you are boring. Well, you're the one which stopped him. Are you going to apologise for wasting 10 minutes of his time? Probably not. You're going to thank him for wasting 10 minutes of his time? Probably not. You're going to walk away all disappointed that he didn't find anything and a bit gutted that he didn't react in the way you wanted him to react so you could get an arrest to have a reason to go through his pockets and everything.
Well, you're boring.
Got it.
In the bag.
No, not yet. Good point. Oh yeah, I have done the bag, mate. Sorry.
You have,
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing in there, is there?
Just a nice canister. You enjoy that.
I will.
Cool.
Look at all this. Fucking hell.
Just in future, mate, it makes it a bit easier just if you stop straight away.
Well, I don't have to, because you're just going to do it anyway, ain't you? So I might as well just carry on bloody walking.
Easier, wouldn't it?
So, well, yeah.
It just makes you a bit more suspicious, doesn't it?
I don't give a crap.
Alright.
I don't give a crap where it makes me look suspicious or not, do I?
Thank you for being so polite, mate.
Well, I used to be polite with you guys, but doing this all the time to me.
Thank you.
there you go. You're lucky. Well, if it was me, I wouldn't have even spoke to him at all. I wouldn't have got him to clarify the shoulder numbers or anything. I just would have recorded all that. I wouldn't have got him to clarify the reasonable grounds or anything, because when they screw up, you get in touch with HNK. HNK sues them. Sues them, which is the only way to actually punish the police, but it doesn't actually punish the police. It's all a big palaver. Secondly, again, the copper with a snacky comment. And did you see how they've all walked away? Not one of them decided to start filling out the stop search form digitally, like they said. So that means this is another stop search which is not going to get recorded properly.
You can get all these cars as well. Wankers. Bunch of bellends. This is their unmarked. Fucking wankers.
So basically that's the end of that interaction. The police, not very professional. They might have had reasonable grounds, so I'm not going to criticise them there. They didn't really do the job properly, as they didn't record the stop search at all. They walked away, didn't fill it in, didn't do none of the digital stuff when they should have. It's as simple as that. Regardless if there is somebody running around with a machete, this stop search is not going to be recorded or documented on the police's side, so this stop search never happened. These officers' actions on this stop search never happened. It's a good job this person was recording. But that's just my opinion. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.